The Scout Skills YouTube channel presents Scout Rank Requirement 2B. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to access more videos to help you increase your understanding of Scout skills, your skill proficiency, merit badge completion, and rank advancement. Scout Rank Requirement 2B. Describe the 4 steps of Boy Scout advancement. There's 4 steps to advancing in rank in scouting, and it's really simple. You learn a skill, you're tested to make sure that you understand the skill, your progress is reviewed, and then your hard work is recognized. Let's talk about how that happens. First of all, it's time to learn something new, and the cool thing is, it all happens at your own pace. Don't worry about what the other guys are doing. Embrace scouting at your speed and at your level. You're going to sit down and you're going to do the most important thing that there is to know about scouting. Scouting is about doing. Scouting's not like school. Scouting is where you go and you try stuff for yourself. And as you do it, you learn it. And as you learn new stuff, you get exposure to more and more new things. And the more new things you touch, see, try, and do, that's adding to all the interest and the adventure that scouting has to offer. So after you get some instruction, maybe you're tying a knot. Maybe you're learning to cook and cast iron over an open fire and prepare your own meals, or put together a nice hitch, or perhaps do a neat pioneering project. Again, turning the learning into playing and fun. That's scouting. And once you've learned it, we want to make sure you've learned it. Now remember, don't rush it. There's so many guys that the first time they tie that knot, they want to run over and get their handbook signed off. But you know what? It's better to slow down. Let's make sure that you know your stuff before asking somebody to sign off on the requirements in your handbook. Give it some time and give it a practice and demonstrate that you know the skill. And there's no better way to prove to somebody that you know your stuff than to teach it to somebody else. When you're able to teach one of your fellow scouts how to do something, we know that you know it. And if you know it, then it's time to get reviewed. And reviews pretty much come in 3 steps. The first is signing off in the handbook. We want to make sure that as you go through your skills, you're tracking which ones you've completed and which ones you haven't. Then will come a Scoutmaster Conference and a Board of Review. We'll talk about those later. But as you get that handbook signed off, you're showing your Scoutmaster or perhaps one of the older scouts designated by your Scoutmaster and approved to sign off on your handbook that you learned something new. And see all those requirements? You can get them signed off in any order you want. As long as you get them all done before you're ready for your next rank, you're great. So you've got everything signed off for your specific rank, and it's time to sit down again. And this time, it's the Scoutmaster Conference. Sounds really important, but take a breath. It's all right, because it's not a retest. The Scoutmaster Conference is going to be your Scoutmaster's opportunity to make sure that scouting's working for you. He's going to ask you really important questions like, how are you doing? What was it like to cook your own meals? What was the hardest part of tying that knot? See, it's not about retesting you. Once your handbook is signed, you've got credit for it. Now it's a chance for the Scoutmaster to make sure that his role in working with the senior patrol leader and working with the boys directly is paying off for you. One-on-one, he meets with the scouts, of course, following 2-deep leadership. And he'll make sure that you're having a conversation that you should be very relaxed about. Remember, this is all about making your time in scouting the best it can be. And once the Scoutmaster is happy with all your progress and you've answered all the questions he has, You know what he wants to do now? He's ready to send you over to the committee for a board of review. Once again, don't panic. It's not a retest. They're going to pretty much do the same thing the Scoutmaster did. They're going to ask you not to tie the knot. What was the hardest part of tying it? They're going to want to know if the program's running well. How's your patrol getting along with each other? And what are your plans for the future? Are you planning on any merit badges? You see, this is all part of the checks and balances of scouting. This is so the committee knows that the guy they hired to be the Scoutmaster is doing his job and making sure that the boys are having fun. See, there's lots of stuff happening in the background to make sure that you're getting a really good program. And once the committee has held their board of review and you've passed, it's time to be recognized. And there's a couple of ways that we recognize scouts. First of all, if it's rank advancement or perhaps even the completion of a merit badge, we're going to give these to you as fast as possible. Immediate recognition reminds a young man that his hard work did not go unnoticed, or you're going to be rewarded a long time from now. See, young guys have a hard time contemplating the future activity. They want to get rewarded immediately, and that's how scouting's set up to work. And once you've got your badge or your badge of rank, you go ahead and sew that on your uniform. We're going to recognize you again at a formal court of honor. There you're going to be given cards to symbolize the patches that you've already received or the badges you've already received. And getting recognized in front of everybody, that feels great and it inspires you to keep going. And your shining example inspires other scouts to want to advance too. Congratulations! You just completed Scout Rank Requirement 2B. Now you're ready to go forward and keep learning new stuff. Have new adventures. Go through the process that ensures that all aspects of the scouting program are working for you.